rolling here. Karina is going to log in from a different source. So I just want to open the call up to a little bit of recognition to start off with. This has been a crazy couple of months, and I'm so excited to see so many new faces on this call right now. Welcome Every Effort, welcome In Stride. I am pumped to have you guys here. I want to start off by recognizing a few really special ladies. Krista, Kate, and Megan. They are three brand new coaches in Every Effort, killing it so much. They are already at SE12, SE8, and SE4 respectively, all of them sitting in Emerald. And I personally am running a challenge group with them this month. I wanted us to all team up together so that they could kind of see how one works. And it is single-handedly the most excited I have been for any challenge group ever. I think I'm so excited about the energy in there, because we all know that our clients feed off of what we put out there, and these three are so excited, and everybody's taken on an active leadership role. Today Megan went live for the first time in her life, and she was so poised and so well spoken, and I'm just so excited. It's giving me so much life. So congratulations to you ladies. I also want to shout out Ashlyn and Jess Maloney. Kate and Megan have all qualified for month 1 of Coachmas, which, if you don't know, in December we're going to be having a big 12-day mentorship and leadership development training program with all of the leaders in the sisterhood. And at the end of the event, we're going to throw a big, huge Christmas party for everyone who qualifies. And if you can't make it because you're out of town, then we're sending you a big mystery box full of the swag that you guys deserve for busting your asses over September, October, and November. You know, these are hard months. So I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing, guys. And I know so many of you are pushing for it. And I just wanted to say congratulations, and I see you. Sarah, I'm going to turn it over to you. Do you have some recognition to drop?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to totally piggyback off of that. Every Effort, you guys are incredible. Like, I love when we always work together. And for all of you who are in the September mentorship, because there's quite a few of you on this call, honestly, Erin and I were chatting the other day. It's like one of the best mentorships that we've had. Like, you guys are incredible, the energy that you're bringing. And on that note, I want to shout out the 2 new In Stride coaches who joined me in the mentorship, Jody, Donnelly McBride, and Sarah McDonald. Same thing, like both have qualified for Coachmas, both in Success Club. And it's honestly just such a joy when you have new coaches come to your team and they are excited to share this opportunity with the people in their life. So proud of both of you. Massive congrats. I also want to shout out Nick, who started the test group for Sure Thing this morning. I am so jealous. I was in the MBF test group. It's an incredible experience. I can't wait to hear all the things. Stalk your stories when you're allowed to, like, finally be sharing things and really just get the inside scoop from you. So make us proud. In Stride is all watching you. We can't wait to see what you do with this. And massive congrats to Shelly and the Power Collective team. We haven't been on a call since, but a couple of weeks ago, Shelly went diamond, which is so exciting. And her and her team are working really hard to solidify this moving forward. So proud of you, Shelly, and the team that you're building. Way to go. Pass it back to you.
Is amazing. Congratulations, Shelly. We were all like counting down the seconds to watch that happen, and it was so exciting. So I'm so proud of you, and I see the rest of you guys pushing to diamond on this call. I'm so proud of all of you who've decided to go for it and who are running full steam ahead. I wanted to take a sec to open it up to you guys. Does anybody have a win that they wanted to share? A win of the week? I know that many of you have had them. Take yourself off mute and go for it.
Hey, I've got one. So I just want to echo the shout out. So I have an incredible team. Jessica's on the call, Emily Ferris and Heather Hughes, and they're all busy women who are working full time and also doing this business. And so I'm just so proud to be doing this with you girls. And I just can't wait to see where we go.
Anybody else? Going once, going twice. All right, I'm going to get started here. I really want to introduce Jake and Karina. These are our corporate mentors. They are from the coach development team. And honestly, they are a wealth of knowledge. We're so lucky to have them here with us. Thank you guys very much for devoting your time to helping our teams. You know, like I said, a lot of people on this call are pushing to diamond and they're pushing for some really big goals, and we want to close this year out strong. And so tonight we are going to chat about overcoming objections. And we're kind of going to put Jake and Karina in the hot seat, which is so cool because we don't often get to do calls like this. So if you guys have any questions, or if you have a specific objection that you've encountered, feel free to drop it in the chat. But for now, I'm going to turn it over to you, Sarah, to kick us off with this amazing call.
Awesome. I hear you two are like quite the show going back and forth with this. You guys, you guys love overcoming the objections. So we came up with some of the objections that we feel like are most common with our team. And we would love to kind of throw them at you and just see, like, from a corporate perspective, how you would kind of combat that when you're in conversation with people. We know for our teams, like, sending out the invitation can be scary, but when we get that objection, I think a lot of people really shut down. But really, we know, like, that's just the beginning of the relationship. That's the beginning of the question. So we would love to tap into all of your knowledge. The first objection that I would love for you guys to touch on for both a client prospect coming into, like, our client communities, but also for a coach joining our team, is they've shared all the reasons why they want to join. You have, like, the solution to their problem. You think they're ready to jump in, and they say, "You know what? Now just isn't the right time." How would you respond to that, whether they're a client joining your client community or a coach who's been considering jumping into the business opportunity? Now is just not the right time.
Okay. We're going to do some fun things real quick. So now's not the right time. Let's volunteer some effort on this, guys. Who wants to help me out on this? We're going to do the role play. So who wants to be this so-called coach or client for me? Anybody can volunteer. We're going to.
I'll do it. Sure.
Am I muted? Unmuted? Okay, you guys can hear me? Okay, good. You're this person. Okay, so we've got Megan. Little background. So you and I have gone back and forth. I'm going to ask you a couple of real quick briefer questions so that we have some information going into this, and then we'll get to our role play. Okay. How long are you wanting to work out per day?
30 minutes or less.
Okay. Nutrition plan.
Something really easy.
Okay. And then what's your current level or, like, goal that you want to see? 5, 10, 15, 20, bathing suit body? Like, what are we looking at?
Looking at like 15 pounds, somewhere in there.
Okay. 30 minutes or less, easy nutrition. Goal is 15 pounds. Okay. Awesome. So, Megan, we've been going back and forth here. Okay. We've been chatting a little bit. We've talked about that you want to work out 30 minutes or less. We talked about super simple nutrition plan, and we've talked about just kind of your goals and understanding of what needs to happen. So let's take a look at this. Okay. You really I want to know one thing. In a nutrition plan, are you wanting to learn how to control your portions or have a better relationship with food?
Whatever is quick and easy, because I have 2 kids.
Okay. Awesome. I'm going to highly recommend 2B Mindset for one reason. I love it. Okay. I think it's easy to follow. I think there's some really good principles that are just easy to keep in the back of your mind. So I think we're going to go with that now. For 30 minutes or less, we've got some phenomenal ones. With 2 kids, maybe job 1's going to be a phenomenal opportunity because it's like 20 minutes. You're in, you're out, you're sweaty, and you're going to love it. Okay. You're going to feel great. So I've got a group starting in 1 week, or I've got another group that starts in 2 weeks. When do you want to get started?
I don't know. I feel like I'm still on the fence.
Okay. What about?
I guess the timing feels really quick, and I don't know if I'm ready to make meals for both my kids and me that are different. And I just think I need more information.
Okay. So the timing feels like it's fast, and you're looking at the nutrition thing. So here's one thing to know. A lot of people go into dieting with the understanding of you have to be perfect. I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm asking you to be better. Okay. Are you going to have some snacks? Yes. Did I eat a cookie last night? Yes. But we're going to ask you to improve a couple things per day. That's it. Okay. So don't think it's going to be overly complicated. We're just going to ask you to be a little bit better. Okay. Now, timing wise, a really healthy option for most weight loss is a recommended 1 to 2 pounds per week. Okay. Your goal is 15 pounds. If we want to get started right now, that gives you more of an opportunity to get going on this goal, to get you in a community that's going to love and support you, and to help motivate you to get those goals. If we push that off, say 2 weeks, that's a 4-pound difference. Would you like to take the risk with me?
I just feel
Yes.
like I don't have the time. Like I'm always exhausted taking care of my 2 kids. I just don't know where I would fit it in.
If you're anything like me, I've got 2 kids of my own, and I do it in the morning while they watch me and crawl all over me and
Sure,
under me
sure.
and do the things. And guess what? It's fun because my 4-year-old just the other day was like, hey, daddy, I want to work out. So it's a really good thing for them to start to see. So if you don't know where to fit it in, we can find 20 minutes. That's like 2% of your day. Okay.
All right, I'm
Now-
sold. I'm sold.
Awesome. So we can get you rocking and rolling. I highly recommend starting in a week. Okay. We'll get your order in now. We'll get you your products and we'll get you rolling. And here's what you're going to love. We have a community that's going to support and love you. And I guarantee you, if you want to do this morning AM workout with us where your kids are crawling all over you, we're going to be on Zoom together. We have a little community that works out together and you're going to love this. So you good to start in 1 week?
I guess so. I think I can do that.
Excellent. Okay. So let's break this down a little bit, guys. Here's what I like. Most people think Objections is like the end of the world, especially with it's bad timing right now. Understand why. Why is it bad timing? Get to the ultimate reason, right? And yes, Megan, thank you for playing along. That was really good, by the way. The things I like to take away from this: be confident in your products, okay? And understand it's okay to just be better and not perfect. And sometimes they look at us as being perfect because we're living a lifestyle that not a lot of people do, right? And so they think, oh, if I start on a nutrition plan, I have to be 100%. No, you don't. Okay. Like the first couple things, we're going to increase water and we're going to ask you to eat 2 healthy snacks. Like you could start so small that it's just easy to replicate and duplicate. And then like what I'm always talking about is the community. You're going to be supported. And when you get in, you're going to feel like, okay, I see everybody else getting goals. I see everybody else doing it. And one thing I applied in this is a Grant Cardone rule, right? He used it with money. I used it with pounds. You want to lose 15 pounds? The average weight loss that's healthy is 1 to 2 pounds per week. If we start in a month, that's 10 pounds. That's 8 pounds, right? And so it's like you could wait, or you could see an 8-pound difference in a month. Where do you want to go? So there's really cool things that you can do, but all that relies on one thing: being confident, trusting in your products, trusting in yourself, knowing that you have the right options. A lot of this is just going to come down to conviction. A lot of this is just going to come down to your confidence behind it. And if you notice, I never gave her a way out where I said, well, like, when would you like to get started? I said, no, I've got a group starting in 1 week or 2. When out of those 2 do you want to get started? I didn't leave it open for like 7 months. No, like I've got a group in 1 or 2 weeks. When do you want to get going? Which one of those do you pick? Right. And then you get to a point. I recommended the first one because I want to get her started right away on those goals. So be very confident and don't leave a doorway to no open. Okay. Those are the things. All right. Another objection, and we'll toss it to Karina and she can take the next.
Amazing. Okay. I love that. I love that you mentioned right off the bat that all or nothing mindset that so many people have, right? And this has been like the theme of my September is people saying to me, existing challengers, coaches, prospect clients have been saying like, I just, I can't do what you do, or, I have this holiday coming up or this birthday party coming up. And so therefore I can't commit. And it's like, you can have the birthday parties, you can have the treats, you can have the things. Like, we're not asking for perfection. We're just asking for a little bit of effort every single day. Right. So I think that's such an important message. And yeah, you're right. People think we're like unicorns and they could never be us. They don't have to be us. They just have to try. Just have to try to do a little bit better every day. So that's an amazing message. I want to dive into an experience that we all get, and it is an objection in its own way, but it's ghosting. So you've been having a chat with people or with someone, they're feeling really good. You're like almost ready to cross that finish line with them. And then all of a sudden it's crickets. How do we handle it? What do we do? How many like follow-ups is too many follow-ups? Like, where do you draw the line between like, now I'm just harassing you in your inbox and walking away?
Do you want to respond to that, Jake, or do you want me to respond to that? Is that for me?
Yes,
Because
you
that's for
take
me.
it.
I take it. Perfect. I actually, I love this, Erin. And yes, I mean, aren't we women the pros at ghosting? I mean, I just ghosted I don't know how many men. Kidding, maybe not so much. But anyways, honestly, when I think about that, it depends on the context of where you're at. Like, how did you message her? What did you say in your message? One of the things that we talk about, and I always put it in a sample of, I don't know if you guys have in Canada, it's the same thing as here. People come knocking on your door and start selling stuff, even though I specifically say no soliciting on my door. But apparently that probably is in Spanish, and so they don't understand English, so they knock on my door. One of the things that they say, even if they have a good product, is they vomit all over me. I say this and people just go, well, I have this amazing vacuum and I see you have 3 kids, a dog and a cat. This will be perfect for you. This is amazing. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're gonna be saving money because you don't have to spend money. You don't have to do that. You have to, and I'm just like here staring at him. And here I have my kids screaming in the background. The dog is barking. The cat is meowing because she's hungry. And my head is about to just blow up and say, you know what? I'm just gonna slam the door on you because I don't have time for you. Now that's in person, right? I really feel that sometimes when you connect with someone, and depending on how you respond to them, and I kind of want to do a role play, kind of like what Jake did in regards to that. So why don't do I have a volunteer that can talk to me, and then, you know, how does that message, and I know ghosting, it could be through message, it could be through a video or whatever it is that you guys communicate with each other, but why don't we have someone role play with me in that scenario so that we can kind of follow along and see the way how I would do it with having someone not wanting to ghost me. Yes, who's brave enough? And I'm not as good as Jake, so don't worry, I'm not gonna. Nobody's brave enough?
No, I'll go.
Who's been ghosted lately? Steph, go for
Yeah,
it.
I was just ghosted this week.
Okay, love it. Okay, so let's use your scenario, Steph. Okay, so give me a little bit of background. You know the person. Let's go in this scenario specifically. How did you get to know that person?
Yeah, so I saw her following along on stories. I was running a free group this past week. She was all in the group. She kept commenting on stories about, you know, just how, oh, I should do that. I should do this. And then the group started, and ever since she's disappeared.
So how was your communication with her? So she was interested. She would look at the story. She would comment, this is amazing. So there is interest there, but how was your communication with her?
Yeah, I mean, now that you're saying that, that's something that I can't even say the depth of it. So like, to me, that's the problem in itself. But it was weird that it was like, yes, I'm in for, you know, to check this out. I could really use that. And then they've gone silent after that.
Okay. And that, thank you, Steph, for being honest with that. And that's probably one of the major factors that we have when people come ghosting us, is that they don't see the value in us in order to continue whatever conversation that is. Now, the value, you have value because she's liking your stories. There is some value there because she has shown some interest in you and interest in that challenge group that you're about to start. But then she still needs a fire to ignite, right? She still needs that, you know, what's it called? Jake, you that speak English, when you have the lighter and you pull the thing down, you know. Anyways, you guys know what I mean, right? I wish I had
when you're starting a lighter, the little flint that you're getting.
The ignite, the little flint, the little thing when you go like that. So you have everything. You just need that little thing at the very top to light inside that potential client of yours. And what is that? It's the connection. You are not selling a product. You're not selling anything. You are selling a lifestyle. You are selling a better way of living. And hopefully in the near future, your goal in the back of your mind, you know how you keep the end in mind always, you know that potentially not only are you going to help this person in their health and in their, you know, transformational journey, but you're also going to help her hopefully in the near future, achieve her goals financially, if she wants to stay at home, whatever those goals are. But if you don't know what this client wants, then you are going to just sell her something that she probably is not going to need. So Steph, I want you to reach out to me like I'm that client. Send me a message, or I'm going to reach out to you. Sorry, it's going to be back and forth. I'm Steph and you're that client. Okay. And this is how we're going to go about. We're going to role play. You're going to be ghosting me. I'm going to invite you, and then we'll figure that out. Okay. So let's say actually you ghosted me already.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is the easiest role play.
You ghosted me already. So we're in that position. Okay. You ghosted me already. How Erin mentioned, how much is it too much follow-ups? Honestly, when you build that relationship, to me, my goal should be the only follow-up would be, hey girl, you received your package. Let's go over it. That should be the follow-up that I should have. Before, like I mentioned again, you have to build that relationship. How do I build that relationship before we go into the scenario is, one, start sending hearts to her stories. There's a little heart option now. Start commenting, oh my gosh, you have children too. They're so cute. Oh my goodness. I was there a long time ago. I loved it. Or here are some ideas. Really start building a rapport. You have to show your clients, your potential future emeralds, that you're here for them and you really want them to be a part of your team, to be a part of your future. This is your future. And what if there's something that you don't have that she, or that you have that she needs, and she doesn't know that yet if you don't really build that rapport, right? So once you start sending that out, let's say I sent out a message, Steph, and I'm like, hey, Steph. I'm like, I know it's been a while since we last talked. She's coming out here. How's life? And you ghost me. And you don't message me again because you're like, this girl's crazy and she's already sent me so many messages. Great. What would I do after that? Well, honestly, I would invite her and send her a little quick invite to maybe a free workout session. I know last time we talked, Steph, you mentioned that you were very excited about trying out a new workout. We actually have a brand new program coming out. It has to do with cardio dancing and music, and it really focuses on, I know that you're a mom, so really focuses on what a mom needs and what we want to tone, especially our belly areas. I know you'd be perfect for this. I'd love to chat with you. Do you have time tomorrow to chat at noon? And depending on how you say it, I always put it right there, Steph. So do you want to try out this role play? I sent it out. Do you want to respond back?
Yeah, definitely more likely because it relates back to my life.
Okay, so why don't we role play? You respond back to me and say yes or no, or whatever you want to do.
I just really don't have time right now. Life's really busy.
And I get it, Steph. I mean, are you a mother, Steph, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, how many kids do you have?
One.
Well, okay. Oh, stay that way, please. Forever and always. Your child will appreciate it. Kidding. Okay, great. So I understand, Steph. I'm a mother of 3, and sometimes I barely even find time to shower. And I can tell you that happens. And by the time night comes, I don't even want to shower. But you know what? The good thing about this stuff is that it's a recording. And if you can't make it to get to know our community, I'd love for you to try it out at your own leisure. But I love for you, it's only till Friday, because after Friday, you won't have that. It won't be available anymore. But is this something that you're interested in trying till Friday?
Yes.
Do you have time? Do you think you'll have time around Friday to do that?
Yes.
So what if I reach out to you Saturday morning to see how that went? Do you have time Saturday morning? I will only take 15 minutes of your time. I'd just like to see if this is something that you liked and how you felt doing it.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Okay, well then I'll reach out Saturday morning. Why don't we schedule a time right now? Let's say 10 a.m. your time. Does that work?
Perfect. That sounds great.
Okay, expect a call from me, 10 a.m. This is my number. I know there's a lot of spam calls going on. I will be calling you because I am really interested in hearing what you thought about this, and especially how it made you feel.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, Wonderful. Then I'll talk to you Saturday. I know this isn't exactly how things happen, but trust me, when you send voice messages and start building a relationship with people, people will feed off of that energy and that vibe when you're talking to them. You want to listen to them. You want to understand what they need. If she left comments and if she said she was interested, immediately I would be sending a voice message or even a video call and say, hey, you're interested. I want to know all about you. When do you have time to chat? Get to know them. Even, oh, I don't have time. I really don't have time. I get it. You know, there are times where the only time I have available is when I go to the bathroom and hide away from my kids. I'm just going to send a voice message. And if you have time and you have any of those times that you can make for yourself, 5 minutes, I love to chat, just voice messaging over one another. Will that work for you? Really don't sound too pushy, but you want to sound like you're interested and you really care for them. And and how you do that is by asking questions. Really, you don't have time, great, but you know that I'm a mother as well, and I don't have time, but I'm able to actually put it in 15 minutes. And there's amazing programs that only have 20 minutes, and I do it without having to wake up at 4 a.m. and do it because I can actually get up at 6 normally and do it in 20 minutes. Or whatever. Anyways, the toilet. Exactly. Yes, Jake. I mean, moms, that's the only time we have a break, actually. Sorry, I don't know if you guys have any other objections, Jake. I know I took a lot.
That's awesome.
More time.
One thing that I really like that you said is that you would come back from the ghost with an invitation to something that's free. Right. And it's non-committal. And I think when we do that, it really shows like, we're not just reaching out because we want to sell you a total solution pack. Like we know the problem that we can help fit and we want to help you in one way or the other. So I really, really love that suggestion, Karina. And I think that also prompts more conversation for us to go a little bit deeper with the people that we're talking to, right? If we know how we can help them, even if it's that free sample workout to get that mom moving to build up her confidence. So I thought that was really, really great. Thank you. Okay, Jake, next question I have for you. They want to make the change. They're all excited, but they're broke. They got no money. They just can't do it. Not an extra penny, but they really want to do it. What would you say?
Okay. I love this one. Honestly, if I'm being 100% honest, I like price objection. Okay. Why? We're just going to talk through this one, guys. If you're getting a price objection, it's due to one reason, okay? And it's not the price you're projecting to them, okay? It's because what you have said does this. This is the line that they're like, okay, we're Canadian. $257 is the line, okay? That's for the Bod Body platform. If I'm pitching you, and then I invite you and you say it's not enough, it's because the value that I just pitched you was under $257. If I can get you to understand the value that you're getting is greater than what you're paying, you are motivated to buy. Okay. So this comes down to one keyword: value. What are you giving them? And there's two things I really want to talk about on this. The first thing, and I actually had a great conversation with the coach the other day, and I asked her and I said, look, if I were to come at you and I was to say, what are your Success Club goals for this month? And she told me, and I said, okay, if I were to ask you to increase that goal by just 2 more points, what would your strategy be? And don't just tell me invite more. Like, I want to know a key strategy. And she responded, and I was like, oh, that's genius. She said, okay, I wouldn't use any static images of challenge packs. And I would show the products, how I use them daily and why I use them daily. And I was like, that's genius, right? So instead of just showing a challenge pack, I show what's in a challenge pack by saying, hey, look, in this challenge pack, you would get Shakeology, and I pull a bag of Shakeology over. I'm like, and this is why I drink it every single day, and this is why I love it. You'd also get Energized, right? Or whatever comes in it, right? And then just share that and say, this, I use this every single day, and this is why I love it, okay? So it's that understanding. It's just showing and presenting. And the other thing that we do not, like, it's something that you guys understand. We talk about, but we don't fully understand is the power of the community. Okay. You're not just getting body and bod platform. You're not just getting live workouts and programs. You're getting an entire community that is going to motivate, inspire, and do the most important thing, hold you accountable. Okay. So if I were to role play this out, and we went long on our first two, so I'm just going to run through this real quick. Okay. If I was to role play this out, if I'm talking to somebody and they're like, look, I'm super interested. I just don't know if I can afford the price yet. I'll be like, okay, let's take a step back because I don't think you fully understand what you're getting here. Okay. And I'm not trying to force anything on you. I just want you to have a clear picture of everything you are going to receive. Okay. So not only are you going to receive hundreds of our amazing programs that are specifically designed to get you results at home. Okay. We now have live interactive ones where you can be on the set with people in the background on your video, or you can just watch the recording, or you can just join live, whatever you want, but they're fun, they're interactive, and it's kind of like a boot camp style. So you're getting all this. Okay. But beyond that, you're getting product supplements that I swear by. Like to this day, if you ask me, guys, I'm using Shakeology, Hydrate, Energize, Bevy, Collagen, like on a daily basis. Okay. So I use our products because they make me feel the best possible. And they actually set me up to get results when I'm doing these specialized at-home fitness programs. Okay. But the other thing you don't understand that you're missing out on, a lot of the reasons we miss out on our goals is a lack of accountability. So those previous times you've set those New Year's resolutions and you've set those goals and you said, I'm dedicated to this, and you've lasted 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe even a month. Then what happened? You just started to tinker. You just started to kind of pitter patter and you didn't really push through. Why? We have a community. We have a group that you are going to get plugged into. It is everybody just like you, who is busy, who is finding time, who has kids crawling all over them, who has so much. And what are they doing? They're showing up. And when they show up, what do you think that does? It motivates and inspires you. And when you're having a tough day, somebody else is providing light and insight and something that amazing happened that's going to bring a smile to your face. So not only do you get our amazing products where you are going to see results, you're going to get plugged into this community that is going to make you want to live this lifestyle and do the fitness programs and be on the nutrition and just be better. Okay. So when are you getting started? 1 week or 2? That's what I would always go back to because I like that. So that's what I would say. To the price objection, you're not providing enough value. You're not showing them, oh, this is what you're paying. This is what they're seeing. That's what happens when you get a price objection. They're like, oh, yeah, I don't see that that's going to quite cover the cost. If you're up here off the charts and you're saying this is what you're getting, they are motivated to buy because let's be real, guys. If I have no money and my tire pops and now I have to buy new tires, what do? I buy the new tires and I figure it out. Okay. When you're motivated to buy, you figure it out. I've had plenty of times in my life where I wasn't expecting a big expense and it hit me and I was just like, well, okay, I guess we'll see what happens, right? And you just figure things out. Everybody can always find $257. I can point to coaches that have borrowed money from their parents to find $257, right? It is what it is. You need to provide more value and understanding of exactly what they're doing. I highly recommend you check out a book called Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. It is game changing. Okay. Simple premise. Everything is sales. If you want to go to a restaurant, you've got to sell your husband on that restaurant. And if you don't, it's because he sold you on a different one. So you are either selling or you are being sold. And that's like the whole premise of everything. Okay. And I loved his book. It breaks down simply. He provides clear tactics. He provides amazing breaks. So Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. Highly recommend you check it out, especially going into this final quarter, because honestly, your business is hinged on your success with challenge packs, with total solution packs, with getting people started, with helping people. And we help people by getting products in their hands. So I hope you're not afraid of the word sell, because life is selling, right? So when you hear sales, don't freak out. It doesn't mean an icky salesperson. It just means you are giving somebody an opportunity to change. And if you're 100% sold on your products, you will do whatever it takes to get those products in their hands. Okay. So that's my 2 cents on that one.
And Jake, just to add on to that is, okay, the majority of us here are women, right? You guys know that if we want something, we have that famous saying, it's better to ask forgiveness than ask for permission, right? We all know that. And we know when we find the perfect pair of shoes that we are looking for because we don't have enough, and we don't have anything that matches our dress, and we know we need those pair of shoes, and those pair of shoes are $80 to $100 or how much, whatever it is, we buy it. We find that money underneath rocks. We lift every rock we can find and we look for scraps of change until we finally grab that money. And then if it comes to doing whatever it is, borrowing credit cards, which is borrowing money, and I call it investing money. That's what you're doing. You're investing in yourself. And what better way than to ask for forgiveness later if you know you're going to be investing in your health and in a better future for you and your family. So that's one of the things that I always know, that when I'm speaking to a woman and they come up with the money thing. And Jake, I'm with you. I love that objection. It's actually one of my favorites because we know it's not the money. And we know that for a fact. I'm sure you used that. One of you guys had to use it as one of your excuses with your coaches. I'm sure you did, because we know it's not the money. It's above that. And that comes again with getting to know your customer. If you're really paying attention and listening to what your customer is saying, you know that what to say to that person, even if I'm selling the same challenge pack I'm selling Jake, but the way I'm selling it to him, it's going to be completely different than I'm selling it to Steph. Why? Because the way I have to word it and the way I have to put it for each different one of them has to be the way they need to hear it, not the way I want them to hear it. So that's just a little add-on into that.
Yeah, I love that so much. And I really wanted to touch on that aspect of being in sales. Guys, we're not just selling Beachbody products. You're responsible to sell yourself. And so many coaches come to me and say, they're giving me this objection, they're giving me the price, they're giving me all the objections. And I open Instagram and I say, when was the last time you posted? Where did you show up today in your stories selling yourself and selling, excuse me, I'm talking, thank you. Selling, talking about these products, talking about the healthy habits that have changed your life. Where are you? If you're not showing up on here and then you go to try to ask somebody to buy something from you, they have no idea what it is you're selling and they have no idea who you are. So they're much more inclined to go and purchase that from the coach who is showing up. And so that means like daily posting, like Jake said, showing the products that you're using that are changing your life, showing a bit about who you are outside of this community so that they can get to know, like, and trust you. It's selling yourself. It's like a huge, huge, huge part of the job. So yeah, it is in sales, but you're not just selling products, you're selling you too. So amazing. All right, moving along really quickly. I want to address the objection of, I've tried Beachbody before and it didn't work for me. And you did touch a little bit on how I would overcome that objection, but I just want to kind of circle back to it a little bit. So I've done Beachbody before, it didn't work.
And I think this is my objection. Okay, great. I love that. I haven't had a coach that actually came up to me that says that I've done Beachbody before. Great. What kind of program did you do? So who wants to take on this role play? Or I want to role play with someone. I know we don't have a lot of time, but I think it's awesome when we come. Let's see.
Go for it, Jenna.
Oh, or who's doing it?
Off of you.
Oh, someone. Okay.
Sorry, like somebody else can do it if they want.
No. I want to take you. So, okay. What's your name? Jessica?
I'm Jess. Yeah.
Jess. Nice to meet you, Jess. Okay,
Okay.
Jess. So you've done Beachbody before. That's awesome. What program did you do?
I did 21 Day Fix.
Okay. How long ago was that?
I did it probably around 3 years ago after my firstborn was probably around 6 months or 8 months old.
Oh, wow. That was fast. Is that the reason why you wanted to do it?
Yeah, I think I was just trying to get my baby body back and wanted to get into a fitness regime, and I tried 21 Day Fix and it was okay. I did it, but after that I was kind of bored.
Okay, so how were your results?
I didn't really see a whole lot of change, to be honest, but I know that my nutrition probably wasn't, as good as it could have been.
Okay, so being with Beachbody, you bought the program, you bought the package. What kind of nutrition were you doing? Were you doing 2B Mindset or the Ultimate Portion Fix back then?
I was trying to do the portion fix at the time. I don't even know if 2B Mindset was on option at the time.
Okay, so how was Portion Fix? Was it too hard?
I found it kind of restrictive.
Okay, how's that?
I guess it was just, I found it hard to, limit myself to these little containers. And I just felt like I was constantly being like restricted to how much I could eat throughout a day. And then I would get hungry and eat things that I probably shouldn't have.
Oh, and that makes sense, especially with having a newborn. Oh my gosh, I have 3 of my own. I can tell you, sometimes you get hungry, especially if you nurse. I totally get that. But what about the workout in itself? Did you like the workout?
Yeah, I didn't mind them.
Okay. So it's something, did you do it in the morning? Was it a workout in the afternoon or an evening workout for you?
I just did it whenever, the baby would let me at the time, really. There's no set time that I could fit it in. So I just had to try and make time.
But the workout, the timing and the workout was perfect for you. You actually did like that.
Yeah, I just found it got boring doing the same program, like once I was done, because this was when it was DVDs. So I
Oh
got
my
the
gosh.
DVD, did the program, and then doing the same program again kind of got boring. So I just stopped doing it.
And it's 3 years, and that was 3 years ago, girl. You know that in this modern world, we're changing every month. We're coming up with something different. I mean, TikTok, go to Instagram. There's like always something, a new trend that we have to follow, and it sometimes feel like we can't keep up. But so you've done Beachbody before. It wasn't the nutrition that you didn't like. Did you have a coach? Did you work with someone?
I did.
Okay. So tell
Just
me a little bit
because-
about that. How did you meet
I
this
signed
coach?
up through a woman that I work with. Her partner was a coach, and so I just ended up signing up through them.
Okay. And then were they actively involved in your journey, or did you either have one-on-ones with them once a month, once a week? How was your communication?
I did not really have any interaction with them.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Well, Jessica, if you and I are talking right now, it's because there's something in my community. There's something that I posted that made you go light bulb, and you're like, I want to join this team. I want to be a part of this. And I love that you've done 21 Day Fix. And yes, it has been an amazing program that actually has given different, and if not thousands of women, men and women, different types of results. And it all depends on your lifestyle. It all depends on what you like. I personally love my lifting. I love to lift. If you were to sell me on cardio, you'd lose me. But I know I have to do a little bit of cardio here and there in order for me to have a better lifestyle, right? It's a balance. And we no longer have DVDs. That's a good news here. We actually have an app. And this app has so many different programs that we can go out there. What kind of programs are you into? Do you like lifting? Do you like cardio? Do you like running?
I like to mix it up, keep things interesting.
Well, and that's the best thing, because we actually now have what we call BOD Interactive. It's where you can log in and do live workouts with different trainers, and you can actually find a trainer that best fits the personality. I'm like, oh my gosh, I prefer this super trainer or this trainer, or maybe you want a program that's a program that actually very structured. You have your day 1, day 2, and each program comes with its own nutrition. Now we don't not only have Portion Fix, but we also have 2B Mindset. It's a different nutrition program. And what's best, Jess, is that we have a 30-day free nutrition. Actually, now with our Bod and Body, you have your Nutrition Plus that's in it, and you can try it out. You can even try Portion Fix. Maybe it's something different, and you're like, you know what, I want to go back to it because maybe 2B Mindset's not the thing. But that's not the only best thing that you're getting here, Jess. You're actually going to become a part of a team. You're going to become part of team Jake and Karina, and we are going to work together, and we are really interested in actually understanding what kind of goals you have and where you want to go. And you're not doing this by yourself. You're doing this with thousands and thousands of different men and women together working out towards really getting ourselves a better lifestyle. Is this something that you want to join us? We actually have a group coming up in 2 weeks. Get ourselves ready for Thanksgiving. I know Thanksgiving is coming up soon, and so we want to make sure we look a little better and leaner when it comes to fitting in that dress with family. What do you say? You want to join?
Sounds great.
I thank you, Jess, for participating. I've never had this objection before with having Beachbody before. Normally people love Beachbody and they leave because of the coaching experience that they've received before. And one of the things that I know that works best is really making sure that the person and the client you're talking to, see if they fit your personality. That's one of the things, like Erin mentioned, we're not selling just a product, we're selling ourselves. But another thing is, if I'm building a business, I want to make sure that whoever's in my business is someone that I know will offer, will bring good to my business. I'm helping them, they're helping me. I may not bring someone that probably our personalities don't click and don't go, but hey, if it's not me and they want to reach out to me, maybe I do have someone. Maybe it's Sarah, and like Sarah probably has a lot more patience with them, and Sarah will click more with them. Like, hey, you know what? I actually have a friend that I'd love for you to talk to. Why? Because it probably won't be my personality. It's something that I feel that a lot of coaches go through. They just sell to sell something, but every time as a coach that I would think of, I would think that every time I'm sending a share a card, that person is going to be my next emerald. That's my keeping the end in mind. That person is my new diamond. And I want to make sure that this person and I get along with each other and we know each other, because we're going to build each other up. I'm offering value to this person, and I want this person to also give me value to me. That's one thing that a lot of coaches don't think about when sending share cards. Sometimes we're just selling it like it was a bag of candy and we're just throwing it out, right? It's not that. We're building a team. We're building a community. You want a strong community, and depending on what type of community you want to build, that's what you're throwing out there on your social media. That's what you're selling, and you're attracting those type of people into your community. Anyways, that's just that.
I love that you touched on that at the end, and Erin put it in the chat, like quality over quantity, right? You don't yes, you want to enroll people, but you don't want to be bringing people into your community that are going to suck the life out of you and just take all of your time. So I really love that you mentioned that. And Karina, I think my biggest takeaway from your dialogue that you had there with Jess is anytime she responded, you asked a question back. Right? It's so easy for us to be like, oh, well, let me tell you, I have all the solutions, but your response every time was another question. It got her talking more and more and really gave more information. So I think for me, I need to focus on asking more questions as well. So if you ladies are getting some takeaway from that, I hope it is ask more questions, dig a little bit deeper, right? Really figure out why. We have a couple other questions that are more geared towards the coaching opportunity. What would you say, or how would you address it if someone's really into health and fitness? I would love to share with people. I would love to get people started with their routines, but I don't like the products. I'm not interested in selling the products. I don't want to use the products, but I want to coach. How would you address that? We find we're getting into that a little bit lately.
Interesting kind of objection, to be honest. This is how I would do it. I would say, look, you want to coach? You're not going to see success unless you use our products. If I'm being 1,000% honest, and I want you to be as successful as you want, especially with our compensation plan, is it is very friendly if you're doing the right amount of work. But here's the deal. If you're not using the products, do you think others are going to want you to use the products? If you're just only talking about coaching, you severely limit the amount of people that you can connect with and help with, because most of our very, very successful coaches, they've actually seen and been through the process of buying our products, getting some results, loving the products, and then becoming top coaches. Okay. So if you want the most out of this, okay. And I'm looking at this, I'm looking at we're in a recession. The economies are crazy in all of the world. Okay. There's a lot going on. So if you really want this to be your side hustle, you want this to be something you invest in, I'm going to ask you to invest in yourself, use our products. because otherwise you're going to join, you're going to be miserable. 3 months down the road, you're not going to be as successful as you want. And guess what you're going to do? You're going to walk away. So you want to be a successful coach? Let's get you on the products. It's as simple as that. If you don't want to be, and I'm just being fully honest because I want you to be as successful as you can, then this isn't the right opportunity and time for you. Right? And I'm willing to say that, guys, because I'm not desperate. If you're desperate, you go go do some personal development, because you should not be desperate in this. If they want to do something else and they don't like the products, great, let them do something else. But I would just be straight up with them. Look, if you want to be successful in it, you say you want to coach and you're not going to use the products, I can promise you right now, you're not going to be successful. But if you use the products, you love the products, then you share honestly what you love about the products. That's the genuine connection people are looking for, and not just sales. They're looking for a reason to become better, a reason to join you, a reason to feel better than they feel right now. And that's hinging on your ability to apply yourself with the products. So that's how I would approach that one.
What about the coaching opportunity and getting over social media? Because so many fabulous women from within our existing challenge groups would make incredible coaches, and they just have that social media block. And that's a huge objection that I personally get when I'm talking to prospective coaches.
Yeah. Look, I've got to run and help with the kids real quick, so I'm going to jump in because it's approaching bedtime. But real fast, okay, guys? It comes down to this. Your first and number one priority should always be pushing, I want to coach first. Okay. So your number one priority should always be finding coaches. Number two priority is, okay, maybe you want a discount and I can get you in as a PC. Last option is, okay, let's just get the products in your hand, join my community and be a customer. All right. Now you are interested, you love the products, you're interested in coaching, you want to make money, you don't want to be on social media. Okay. Well, how often have you seen amazing results by staying in your comfort zone? I'd flip it on them and I would ask them simple questions like, okay, so you want to coach, but you don't want to do social media. Okay. How willing are you to go knock on your neighbor's door? How willing are you to be at the local, oh my gosh, what am I thinking? Farmer's market, and just approach somebody and start talking about coaching? How likely are you to see success in that? How likely are you to be at a community event and just go talk to people and be like, hey, I do this coaching thing. Would you be interested? Okay. So that's kind of really uncomfortable for a lot of people. And if you're telling me you don't want to be on social media, I'm going to guess that's going to be really uncomfortable for you. So what all I'm asking you to do, post a couple times per day. You don't have to be as active as me. Totally get that. Because stepping outside your comfort zone is one step at a time. But I promise you, okay, successful coaches do one thing very well: get uncomfortable. So if you want to see success, if you want this to be, you've told me you're right. You've told me what you want to achieve. Is it possible? 1,000%. If you're willing to get uncomfortable with me. So paint scenarios on how they would skirt around it. Let them understand how real it would be if you're just like, hey, you're at the store, you're in line, talk to the person in front of you. Would you do it? Probably not. But change the scenario. You're in line. The person behind you turns around and says, oh my gosh, you popped up on my feed the other day. You do that Beachbody thing, don't you? Now you're willing to chat. Why did they do that? Because you popped up on their feed, because you're active, you're engaged, you're stepping outside your comfort zone. So that's what I would tie it back to, Erin.
That's awesome, Jake. You two are amazing. We want to respect your time, but honestly, we appreciate you having both of you on this call so much. I think the biggest takeaways for me from these conversations have been you have to have that unwavering belief in what it is that we have to offer, right? Whether it's the community or the coaching opportunity or the products, and then have the confidence to be able to share that with people, because everybody's going to push back to an invitation in some way, to some degree in the beginning. But that's really like our first test as accountability coaches, right? They're telling us that they want to make change, and like we have the solution in our hands. They're testing us, right? So being able to have all these tools that you guys shared with us, I think is incredible, something that we can all implement right away, and just like asking questions and being confident in what we have to offer. But truly appreciate having both of you so much. Thank you so much for all the Every Effort coaches and InStride coaches for taking some time out of your Monday night. And Erin, unless you have something you want to add, we will wrap it up. Have a great night, everyone, and we'll share the recording in our team pages. Thanks so much, Jake. Thank you, Karina. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you. And everybody, thanks for being present. Just you showing
Yes.
up means you're willing to go for it. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Have a good night, ladies. We'll see
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.